Welcome to Nigeria, folks. A country that's as wild, diverse, and downright fascinating as anywhere you'll find on Earth. Stretching across 356,669 square miles in West Africa, this vibrant gem is bordered by Benin to the west, Niger to the north, Chad to the northeast, Cameroon to the east, and the Gulf of Guinea kissing its southern coast. With a population topping 223 million as of 2023, Nigeria isn't just Africa's most populous nation. It's a cultural and economic heavyweight that's got the world's attention. Today, we're counting down 15 strange and mind-blowing facts that make Nigeria truly one of a kind. So, buckle up, grab some popcorn, and let's hit the road. Fact 15. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation. Let's start with the big one, Nigeria's population. At 223 million strong, this country holds over 16% of Africa's people. Think about that. That's more folks than live in California, Texas, and New York combined. And it's not slowing down. Experts predict that by 2050, Nigeria could hit 400 million, passing the US to become the third most populous country on the planet. Picture this. A land where humid southern rainforests dripping with greenery meet the dry, windswept Sahel up north. It's a place of extremes, and the people here thrive in it. You've got over 250 ethnic groups, like the Hausa in the north with their ancient trade traditions, the Yoruba in the southwest famous for their colorful festivals, and the Igbo in the southeast known for their entrepreneurial spirit. Life here is loud, vibrant, and full of flavor. Think spicy jollof rice cooked over open fires, kids chasing homemade soccer balls, and music pulsing through every street. Marriage? Oh, it's a big deal. Families come together for days of feasting, dancing, and negotiations, often with the groom proving his worth with gifts like yams or livestock. Nigeria is a melting pot, and it's just getting started. Fact 14. A multilingual nation with rich culture. Now, let's talk language. Nigeria's got over 500 of them. Yep, you heard that right. English is the official tongue, tying this crazy quilt of communities together. But it's just the tip of the iceberg. Hausa flows like poetry in the north, Yoruba sings through the southwest, and Igbo hums in the southeast. Imagine walking through a market in Lagos. One vendor's haggling in English, another's laughing in Yoruba, and a third's whispering in a rare dialect like Tangale. The government's even fighting to save endangered languages. And back in 1960, they rolled out Nigerian Sign Language, modeled after our American version, to connect deaf communities across West Africa. Everyday life here is a symphony of voices. Families pass down stories, kids learn proverbs from their grandparents, and weddings? They're a linguistic mashup, with prayers in one language and vows in another. It's chaotic, beautiful, and totally Nigeria. Fact 13. Ubang Village, where men and women speak different languages. Okay, this one's wild. Deep in Nigeria's rural heartland lies Ubang Village, where men and women literally speak different languages. Not dialects, whole different vocabularies. A guy calls a shirt NKE, but a woman says Ariga. A tree's kitschy to him, Okwang to her. By age 10, boys learn the men's language as a rite of passage while girls stick with their own. How do they get by? Amazingly well. Families chat across this divide like it's no big deal, sharing meals of pounded yam and egusi soup. Marriage here is a dance of translation. Couples blend both languages in courtship, with the groom's family often bringing cola nuts to seal the deal. It's a tradition that's lasted centuries, even as English creeps in. Imagine visiting Ubang as an outsider. You'd be lost in 5 minutes flat. Fact 12. The village of dwarves. Next up, a hidden wonder. Nigeria's dwarf villages. Tucked in the rainforests near Cross River and Akwa Ibom states, these communities are home to folks standing just 3 to 4 feet tall, not from a medical condition but a unique genetic trait. They farm cassava, hunt with handmade traps, and craft tools from palm leaves, living in sync with the jungle. Life here is simple. Think early mornings tending crops, evening storytelling under the stars. Marriage customs, intimate and communal. Elders match couples based on family ties, followed by a feast of bushmeat and palm wine. These villages feel like stepping into a fairy tale, where resilience and nature weave a quiet magic. Would you trek through the forest to meet them? I'm tempted. Fact 11. Men with red lips and pink style. Alright fellas, listen up. Nigerian men are rewriting the style playbook. Picture this. Guys rocking pink lace shirts and floral patterns, turning heads in bustling markets. Pink's not just a color here, it's swagger. And then there's the lip trend. For about $45, men get cosmetic lip tattoos for permanently rosy pouts. Some go natural, scrubbing with rose water for that fresh look. It's bold, it's confident, and it's pure Nigeria. These guys live life loud, storytelling over beers, cracking jokes at family cookouts. Weddings, flashy affairs with grooms in tailored suits, dazzling their brides with dance moves. Nigerian men prove masculinity's got no limits, just charisma and guts. Fact 10. The twin capital of the world, twins might be a rarity back home, but in Igbo Ora, Nigeria, about 37 miles north of Lagos, they're everywhere. This town's the twin capital of the world, with the highest natural twin birth rate globally. Walk down the street, and you'll see double. Most families have at least one pair. Locals swear it's the okra leaves in their diet, cooked fresh into stews. Some moms have had up to 8 sets of twins. Can you imagine? Life here celebrates doubles. Twin festivals with dancing. Twin names like Taiwo, first twin, and Kihinda, second twin. Marriage often involves twins too, with big ceremonies doubling the joy. Scientists are still scratching their heads, but Igbo Ora's twin vibe is pure magic. Fact 9. Africa's economic giant, Nigeria's not just big in numbers, it's an economic beast, with a GDP of $24 trillion, 40 cents trillion 23. It's Africa's powerhouse, fueled by oil, tech, and a 223 million strong consumer market. Lagos is the beating heart. Think Silicon Valley meets Wall Street, but with more hustle. People here grind, coders build apps by day, vendors hawk goods by night. But it's not all rosy. Fuel prices are spiking, and inflation's a buzzkill. Still, Nigeria's resilience shines. Weddings reflect this. Lavish for the rich with gold jewelry, simple for others with shared pots of stew. It's a land of dreamers, and the future's wide open. Fact 8. Makoko, the floating slum. Now, let's paddle into Makoko, Lagos' floating slum. Built on stilts over the lagoon, this fishing village turned sprawl houses 250,000 to 1.4 million people. No one's sure. Homes teeter on wooden poles, sewage flows into the water they bathe in, and clean water costs cash. Yet, life buzzes. Fishermen cast nets, moms cook fish stew on tiny stoves, kids paddle to school in canoes. Marriage here is gritty but heartfelt. Couples tie the knot with community blessings, often bartering fish for dowries. Makoko's tough, but its people are tougher, building a world atop the waves. Fact 7. Living expenses in Nigeria. Curious about life in Nigeria? It's wallet-friendly. In Lagos, a one-bedroom apartment downtown runs $400,800 a month. Drop to $200,400 outside the core. In rural spots, you're talking $50,100. Food's a steal. A street meal of suya, spicy grilled meat, is $25. Groceries for a month, $100,200. Buses cost 50 cents a ride and utilities hover at $50,100. Total for a single person, $5,001, 20 cents monthly. Life's a mix. City folks hustle, rural families farm. Weddings range from backyard parties to multi-day blowouts with drumming and feasts. Could you live here? I'm thinking yes. Fact 6. Home of Africa's richest man, Nigeria's got a billionaire king. Aliko Dangote, born in 1957, this guy's worth $14 billion, running the Dangote Group. Think cement, sugar, and fertilizer. It's Nigeria's second biggest employer, with 11,000 jobs. His factories churn out daily essentials, shaping lives from Lagos to rural villages. People here admire the hustle. Families build homes with his cement, kids dream of his success. Marriage in his world? grand with lavish gifts like cars for the bride's family. Dangote's a legend, proving Nigeria's got big players. Fact 5. Argungu Fishing Festival time for a party. The Argungu Fishing Festival in Kebbi State is a cultural blast. Every year, thousands line the Matan River as guys dive in with bare hands and nets, racing to snag the heaviest fish, some over 110 pounds. Winners get cash and mad respect. It's more than fishing. Think wrestling, canoe races, and dance-offs with tribes in full regalia. Families grill fresh catches, sharing stories. Marriage ties in too. Courtships spark here with fish as love tokens. It's Nigeria's heritage in living color. Fact 4. Best tourist destinations, travel buffs. Nigeria's calling. Kajuru Castle in Kaduna State is a medieval dream. Turrets, dungeons, and sunsets that'll blow your mind. Zuma Rock, 2379 feet tall near Abuja, has a face carved by nature. Hike it for killer views. Obudu Mountain Resort, 5,200 feet up, offers cable cars and waterfalls. Life around these spots hums. Locals farm, kids play, and weddings blend Christian and tribal vibes with music and feasts. Which one's on your list? Fact 3. A street food paradise, Hungary. Nigeria's street food is a flavor bomb. Suya, spicy beef skewers with peanut kick, is king, paired with a cold malt drink. Jollof rice, packed with peppers and tomatoes, comes with fried plantains, pure comfort. Breakfast? Akara, crispy pea fritters with creamy pap porridge. Vendors banter like old friends, feeding families on the go. Weddings feature these too, with trays piled high. It's food that warms the soul. Fact 2. Nollywood, a global film hub. Love movies. Nollywood's Nigeria's answer to Hollywood, pumping out 50 films a week, more than Tinseltown. It's a $590 million industry, employing over 1 million people. Low budget but high heart, these flicks hit VHS and streaming, sharing African stories worldwide. Actors live the grind, shooting by day, partying by night. Weddings on screen, drama filled with big dances. Nollywood's raw, real, and addictive. Fact 1. A nation united by soccer, finally. Soccer, Nigeria's heartbeat. From dusty streets to the World Cup, the Super Eagles soar, backed by legends like John Obi Mikel. Kids dream big, playing with makeshift goals. Families bond over games, and weddings pause for match cheers. It's more than sport, it's life. Nigeria's passion unites them, and it's electric. There you have it. 15 strange, wild facts about Nigeria. From twin towns to floating slums, this country's got stories that'll stick with you. What's your favorite? Drop it in the comments. Hit subscribe and let's keep exploring. See you next time. See you next time.